Let's talk about Rocket, baby. Welcome back, guys. Hope you had a good Thursday. Woo, Rocket. When I looked at the news, I didn't see really anything. However, I was watching a live stream and I heard... What did I hear even? There was not a merger, but I can't remember the news. I can't remember it. Anyways, Rocket went crazy today. Plus 13% today. Start out the day right here. Bada bing. Came up like crazy. We have shares. Still down on the shares quite a bit, because my average cost is $29.29. We have 148 of them. Total return is still down. Today's return is $407. So that was crazy today. And we also have these Rocket debit spreads, which are still zero because it's not high enough. At one point it looked like it blipped and then went back down. So hopefully tomorrow, if Rocket continues to run, which it might, after hours already seems pretty strong on it, then this will come back too. But yeah, 407, that helped out the long term today immensely. Tesla shot up, GM shot up, Space shot up, AL, Levi, those all did well. So we're up 788 today. Let's talk about Rocket though. Look at this thing, just rocketed. So it was not overdue, but what was the news again? Oh, it was the home. That was one of the things. Let's see, home loans, Caliber, home loans, IPO. I can't remember. It was on here. Let's see. Should have hovered around when they first closed. Oh, it was Quicken Loans. This was the only news I actually saw in print. I heard other news, but Quicken Loans is using basically an ad deal with the Realtor.com, so it directs straight to Rocket's pre-approved. There was other news besides this, I think. I don't think that would make it shoot up like it did. But since this is soon after an IPO, it can move like crazy, and here it goes. And I was foolish enough to buy in right before earnings for long term, which you never do, and so I held it since it's a long term. I bought in like right here this day before earnings, and then it plummeted. I could have sold out, but I was like, it's my long term, baby, I'm good. And it keeps dropping and dropping. I averaged down. Where did I average down? Like somewhere in here I averaged down, and so now my average price is 29 bucks. But today I paid a big premium, but I actually got a couple calls. So I paid 20 bucks, $10 a contract, got 2 contracts. That was like 120% premium on that when I bought it. But I still am positive it kept going up. So let's see, which one is it? This one right here. So now it's 350%. So now these are selling for in between 15 and 20. Really 15, maybe 20, but 15 you can sell it for right away. So that's not bad. I only have 2 of them. Plus 75%. Oh, you guys can't even see that. Plus 75%, $15. But yeah, that is Rocket. So good for the long term. Oh, another little trick I did today, which is, so I have these 128 shares of Rocket. So I sell covered calls on it. And I sold a covered call on this. I'll show you. I sold a covered call on this that expired tomorrow. Let me show you real quick. Oh, let's see. Is that the one? No, that was today. Okay, it's not showing me on here, but I think on my shares it'll show me. This is part of the idiocracies of Robinhood. Here we go. I sold this covered call. Look when I sold this thing. Expired today or tomorrow, and I sold it on that's not it. Oh my goodness, which one is it? This one. Oh, it's not showing me anymore. Anyways, I sold a covered call, $10 collateral or $10 credit, and I sold it on Rocket back here right after it dropped. I had $10 credit, and I had to get way out expiration a month later, so I had a month of time for it to get back up to like $31. And I did it so much time because I didn't want it to be a lower strike price, because I wanted to still be profitable on it. So if I put a closer time on the covered call, like a week or a day or whatever, the next expiration, then it would have had to have been $27, and my average cost at that point was $31. So the soonest I could get a covered call that actually was above my my strike price, which was 31, I had to go out a month, and this was a month ago. So today comes around, expires tomorrow. Rocket's shooting up like crazy. So what I did, and I've actually not done this before, but it's kind of like rolling over. I rolled this over. So I had this 31, it was right here, this 31 call. I shorted it, so I sold this one because I had 100 shares. And today I bought it back. Unfortunately, I couldn't buy it back for 1 cent because it had to be 5 cents. So I hit buy on this one, and then I hit sell, and I went down to here, down to this 25 strike, and this expiration is for tomorrow. So at the time when I did this was for it was for 8 cents. So basically it was a credit of $5. So it cost $5 to close this one, and then this was a credit of 10. So I netted $5 on that rollover. It wasn't really a rollover because the expiration is the same time. However, I just brought it down to a way closer strike, simply because I don't think it's gonna end up this high. And if it does, and I have to sell my 100 shares, and that's fine, I can always just buy back in at that price. However, I wanted to take advantage of all the volatility of the stock price shooting up, and so I wanted to sell another covered call, but I didn't have any more shares to sell another covered call, so I closed that one and opened this one in the same trade. So I ended up netting $5. This might, I mean, honestly, this might rocket up to 25 tomorrow. We'll see. If it does, I don't know. Well, I'll maybe roll it over again, which I could do, or I'll let it expire in the money, and I'll sell my shares of Rocket, and then I'll buy back in, because it's at a loss, but it doesn't matter if you're buying back in at the same price. You know, then I'll just have a lower average cost on it, and whatever, go from there. So that is Rocket for today. I like it for the long term. I can't remember the news on it that I heard. I think it was that a deal, a partnership, some sort of partnership. I'm sure it'll come out. However, let's talk about the other plays we made today. I bought 200 shares of Macy's. Macy's, to me, looks like a good time to buy. It's got this definite bottom, it looks like to me. Crossed over the MACD, green day yesterday. This was oversold on the hourly. And then today, another big green day. I bought in probably on this candle, and then it kind of flattened out, but this is somewhat of a bull flag. I'm bullish on Macy's for the foreseeable future. We'll see. If you look on the daily chart, it's hardly recovered from March lows. So not to say it's going to come back here quick, but it's got a lot of upside available. And if you look on here, it's actually was just oversold even on the daily chart. So I think it's cheap. This might be a 2-week swing trade, might be a month. We'll see. Hopefully this thing runs up the next couple weeks though, and we can make a little something. I just bought 200 shares of it, and then I did the Rocket call. Gilead, they had news of something about their vaccine or something rather. So I bought one call. We'll see. That's nothing. Okay, so D-Dog. If you remember yesterday's video, D-Dog, I had an option play, was up 1,000%. Came down. D-Dog today stayed pretty flat, but this, however, is a bull flag. A gnarly bull flag. So during the day, and I was stupid enough, but I basically, when it was down here early on, my contract, I'll show you this will, whoops, this will help make sense. My contract here, my first one I bought for $10. So yesterday basically was up to 1,000%, and then it came down because of volatility. Watch yesterday's video if you don't understand volatility. It gives a great example of it. And then today, when it was dropping down here, this contract literally went back to zero. This was break even from 1,000% yesterday, and the share price was still just as high, and it went to just the volatility was gone, just went to zero. And I should have bought in more then. I wasn't certain that Rock or D-Dog would keep going, so I didn't. And the market, I wasn't sure either, because if you look at the SPY at that point, everything was selling off hard, and I thought if there's a big red day for SPY, it will probably bring down D-Dog and most stuff. It didn't end up happening that way. Big red drop at the beginning, and then it was flat for SPY as well as D-Dog. But D-Dog, this is good. I like this. So what I did, I averaged I bought into it and brought my average cost way up. However, I got 2 more contracts. I got one at 45, 1147, which was, let's see, around here, somewhere in here. And then a little bit later, when it was lower, I bought another one for 30 cents. So, but now, so now it shows I'm only up 5% on it. That's because I averaged way up on it. And if I did it in the morning, I would have been up whatever. Because this thing swung so much today. This contract, my original $10 contract, it swung from when it was down here on the candle, it was at break even. And then when it was up here on the candle, it was back up to 600%. I literally could have just done it on that swing. I could have put in whatever, $100 worth of contracts, $10, 600% gain, dumped it. Like just in these 2 candles, it swung 600% just this one contract. So I'm learning, but yeah, with it being so cheap, it would have made sense for me just to buy like 5 more just in case, and then that would have been sick. I could have sold out like 2 or 3 up here, but anyways, I averaged down at any rate, and now it's, you know, it's only worth 5%, but I think it'll keep going up. So that's D-Dog. Let's see on the Webull account here, Wells Fargo. It was selling off. Looks like it kind of recovered. I didn't really notice that, but I'm still bearish on it. This put hopefully will work out for me. I've got till 20th November. I got a lot of time on that. That's about it. Nikola, I thought about averaging on this one, but there's not enough time. It's just not even close to enough time. This expires tomorrow. So Nikola's running up, but I wanted to get some puts, man. I don't think this thing's gonna, I don't know. I was scared about it though, because you're like, oh yeah, you're bearish, and then you start reading some news. It's like, I don't know, whatever you see that influences you in a way that you shouldn't. E-Trade, my E-Trade account is stoked right now. So what did we do today on E-Trade? I did some credit spreads. I'm kind of sick of these debit spreads, man. I think the way I want to do calls and puts, if it's not a credit spread, I think I want to buy them naked, buy a naked put, buy a naked call, and then I could leg into it if I'm up on it. Instead of doing it at the beginning and making it just a debit spread, do it after it's gained value. Like say on this one, this is up 75%. If I wanted to lock that in, I could sell the call. I could sell the call that would pay me $35 to sell. Right? It'd be a strike price above it or below it or wherever, and then this would turn into a debit spread. And then I'd be protected on those gains. Instead of buying in the trade initially into a debit spread where you're buying a call and selling a call that's cheaper, or buying a put and selling a put that's cheaper. Because these, I mean, I've looked at it on the options profit calculator, and it's less prone maybe to volatility. It gains value easier, but it's capped. But I'm just noticing, I don't think, no, it doesn't gain value easier. It gains value slower. However, it doesn't lose value as easily. So anyways, on this Peloton one, finally, this thing's up 52%. But if you look, I mean, Peloton, yeah, it should be up a lot. This thing ran up crazy today. 6% today on Peloton. I bought into this, I think this day maybe. Or maybe not, I can't remember. Let me see. Let's say on here. I don't know how to use E-Trade. But that expires October 9th. That expires next Friday. So I tried to add an order out to sell one today. It didn't get filled. I was trying to have just a high limit order. I'll probably sell 1 or 2 of these tomorrow to get back the $111 investment, and then let the rest run. So I did a credit spread. That's right, credit spread on Boeing, BA. So expiring tomorrow, 150, 175, 177 call. So Boeing was right about here. Let's say when I did it. I'm sure there's a way. Whatever. And basically Boeing has to stay below 175 by tomorrow. So it's looking good. I don't think Boeing will shoot up here by tomorrow. This is bearish. It's lost a lot right here, a lot of steam. So the contract has gained value. This contract I have, because I sold the 170 call, 175 call. I'll open it up for you. I sold the 175 call and I bought the 177.5 call. So my max gain is the difference between those strikes. So if you look at this and analyze it, max profit 63. Is that right? Yeah, okay. Max profit 63. So if I had a bigger strike or a bigger spread between those, I believe my max profit would be higher. But basically it just has to stay below 175. As you can see, I'm on max profit. So is the chance, probably the chance went up a lot. It was like 80 something percent when I opened it. And I could close it and, you know, collect that whatever we're at right now. It's up 42%, so collect that $26. I can't close it now, but market open tomorrow I could, but I'll probably let it expire and expire worthless, so then I will collect the full premium. Did the same thing with Tesla. This one was a little bit more risky, a little bit bigger of a play. It's same concept, but it's saying that the stock won't go below a certain price. So it's a put. It's a put credit spread. So I'll expand this for you. So I bought the 420 puts and I sold the 421 puts. So these puts are more valuable, these 421, right? 421 puts are more valuable than the 420 puts because they're closer to the strike price. So if Tesla comes down to 421 or below tomorrow, which it might, no, I think we'll be all right. Then that would be bad. But let me show you on the on this thing. So this one has a 209 max profit, a lot more. It's 11 contracts. But see the risk, the max loss is 891, which is close to this BA play. This one's 600, and that's because this one's further out of the money. So there's only 3 contracts now, and that was further money. This one was closer to the money, so it was a little more risky. This one was like 80%, and maybe the Boeing was like closer to 90%. But this one, basically, if you look here, this is showing this line right here, this dotted line. Or no, if you look at the green line, that's the, gosh, let me figure this out. The green, okay, this is the strike price right here. And if you just look at the numbers on the bottom, you can see how it changes. So basically, this is the strike price down here. Okay, if it stays above 421.14, then we'll get max profit. If it starts coming down below that, it falls off pretty sharply. So that's when you want to sell out or roll it over or something along those lines. But this is looking pretty good. 93%, $209. I could close this out tomorrow. Right now it is worth, let's see, it's worth, so yeah, this is weird. This is what happens with Tesla at the end of the day. The strikes go crazy and the spreads get all weird because it says it's worth $579, which is impossible since my max profit on it is $209, which is the credit I received for selling the put. So that's not correct. But yeah, that's the credit spreads I did for that. BAC, I still have puts on. Dallas Airlines. No, this is a Delta Airlines. I have puts on. GPS puts. Peloton, I have the calls on, waiting for that to come up. That expires soon. SPY, still have puts on. And then that's it for the E-Trade. Long video today, guys. Kind of wanted to explain Rocket and explain credit spreads a little bit. And then talk about Tesla, of course. Yeah, so Tesla after hours is kind of selling off some. But these are, I mean, these are pretty, this after hours, these are bull flags. This is, I don't know what this is. This is still pretty bullish. I mean, the MACD is still right. It is oversold right here on the RSI, but the 9 is over the 180. So we'll see if the thing with Tesla that I noticed today and I've been noticing lately is it kind of follows the SPY. Not always, but when there's big sell-offs, it'll happen. Big sell-offs on the SPY, it happens with Tesla. So in the morning it wasn't, and then here it broke away from the SPY. The SPY was kind of trading flat and this was running up. But then look right here, so these big red 3 candles, that was right here on the SPY. SPY sold off, Tesla was like, okay. And then Tesla grabs onto it. But then it broke free. Sort of. Yeah, because this had more up and down. Tesla just kind of stayed flat. So oftentimes, especially if there's a lot of volatility and the SPY is dropping a lot, Tesla will follow it, I've noticed. So I'm sure it's something I'm missing, but yeah, that'll do it for me, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to sub up, like up, comment down, make your money happy money so it'll stick around. We will see you tomorrow. Oh, this whole video was supposed to be my month review. If you were waiting for my month review, sorry, I got to it at the very end. Today was killer. This month, not so much. That's not accurate. This is the end of the month. We're down 6.4%, $1,300 on the month. That's because of credit spreads on the SPY. One right here that basically expired in the money, so I lost max loss, and then it happened right after that. I did one more and it happened again. And then this was buying into Rocket and Tesla when they were really high, and then this is the SPY dropping down those last couple weeks. And then we've slowly been recovering. Haven't done too many credit spreads on here since then. Done a couple on the SPY. Oh, that's right. I opened this one up on Tesla too, on this account. So basically, I did on both accounts. Really bullish on Tesla, man. It's sketchy. This expires tomorrow. Basically, Tesla has to stay up above 420, and then I will receive the $120 credit. If it stays above 420, I will receive the credit. I got 5 of these contracts. Max loss on this doesn't tell me on here. I think it's like 11 or 1200. Max loss is if it goes below 418 or so, something around there rather. So I gotta remember to manage this. So that's nice. That's nice though. I think that'll work out, and that'll be 120 to help tomorrow, because we'll probably be, this account will probably be coming down some tomorrow, because I don't think Rocket will maybe hold this up, or Tesla, or Space will probably sell off. I mean, when you have a big green day, usually the next day is a little bit red. Thanks guys. See you next time. Peace out.